Hey guys, what's up? This is Pants Our Dragon, and today we'll be doing a little video on how I actually got Challenger in Season 6. So I did a video like this in Season 5, but honestly I think it's a little outdated, and a lot of people have been asking me,
hey Pants, how did you get Challenger?
And so I just want to be doing a little video on how I actually did get Challenger. And so with all that being said, let's get started. So I know what you're all thinking, that thumbnail looks fucking sick. I'm just really happy on the way it turned out. But enough of that, I'm just going to be explaining a little TLDR version of what happened to me in the past seasons. So as you guys know, I was a Challenger in Season 5 and 4, and briefly 3, but Season 3 only had 50 players allowed, so only the God tier players could be in Challenger at the time. Now, honestly, I've forgotten how I actually got the Challenger in Season 3 temporarily. All I remember was playing a bunch of OP champions, copying really good junglers' playstyles, and having a rather small champion pool. Luckily right now, I've been playing the game for a long time, so my champion pool is bigger than 3 champions. And that means I can play any other role that's not jungle to a certain extent, since jungle is my main role. So yeah, basically OP champs and small champ pool. But enough of that, I'm going to be telling you what I did in Season 6 to get the Challenger. And the first tip is to find your consistent game patterns, which means find your champion with a good win rate or you're doing consistently good on. It may take you a while until you find like that niche champion that you really like, but let's go down memory lane, and as you can see in Season 3, I played a lot of Jarvan, Xin Zhao, and Evelynn. Okay, those were really OP champions back in the day, and Evelynn was actually a mid laner, and Hecarim was also OP too. In Season 4, I was a Wukong main, and then I played a little different junglers here and now, but Wukong was really strong in Season 4. At least that's what I thought, so I just spammed the shit out of him. No one really agreed with me, but I was the only one playing Wukong at the time in Master and Challenger. A lot of people also say I resemble him a bit, so maybe that's why I was a Wukong main. In Season 5, I completely ditched Wukong because of the jungle changes, and started maining a champion called Rek'Sai. Oh, and Soraka. Oh, and new Mordekaiser, because I felt very consistent with them, and I did feel very powerful. In Season 6, I mained 2 jungle champions, which were Elise and Graves. Quinn and Blitzcrank sometimes came out, but it was mainly those 2 junglers. So you can see my champion pool each season is pretty small, and I like picking champions who I was very comfortable with. Also, before Dynamic Queue, I had a champion for each role, so whenever I had to fill, there would be my go-to champion. But this season you can pick 2 roles, so it doesn't really matter too much. Although I picked jungle and fill because I want my queue times to be as short as possible. The next step I'm going to be explaining is I learned to stop dying. So every death you make, it's a mistake in some way, and there's always a way that you could have prevented it. So you have to think back on how you could have prevented that death. Maybe you could have done this mechanical play, maybe your positioning was off, or maybe the team fight was bad already and you shouldn't have gone in the first place. And here's the thing, a general rule in team fights is to always try and survive as long as you can, whether you're a tank or an AD carry. So saying you're a tank and suiciding into an enemy team, and then your team winning a team fight with you dead, it's good that you won a team fight, but your death, it may have been prevented somehow. So yeah, that's what I do. Every time I die, I learn from it, and I try and not make the same mistake again. Now you may have been noticing it subtly through the video, but if you haven't noticed already, I've been playing the OP champions of each season, with Wukong being the exception, even though I think he was an OP champion. It's just only I played him for some reason. But usually whenever I filled, I would play more OP champions. Usually, these OP champions are people with high win rates, and so I would always play those champions. Now, you can't say that you don't want to play an OP champion, you want to play this champion. And let's say that champion is Yorick. Yeah, let's say you're a Yorick main and you want to climb to Diamond with him. Okay, it's definitely possible to play Yorick and get the Diamond with him, but the thing is, right now he's such a bad champion that it's going to be hard to climb the ladder with him. So what's the point of putting a weight on your shoulder when you can play a really good champion that's in the meta? This is why you see me consistently change my champion pool to ensure it fits our meta. And whenever I failed, I would play more OP champions. My champion pool this season for top lane, it was Malphite. For mid, it was Lux. For AD carry, it's right now it's Kog'Maw and Sivir. For support, it's Blitzcrank, Soraka, and Janna. And also these champions fit my playstyle. But a champion that's kind of OP right now named Kalista, that's a champion I won't play because frankly, I'm not good at her. And she doesn't fit my playstyle. And you have to be really good at her to play her. So yeah, she doesn't mesh with me, and I don't play her for that reason. And what that means for you guys is you shouldn't play a champion that you're not comfortable with. But yeah, for each role, I'll always have a super comfort champ. And now you're never going to hear this in any other video, but anyways, champion select is its own game. So whenever I'm in champion select, if someone is contemplating on what to play, usually I will suggest a champion that's OP, like Janna or something. You know, just subtly say it in the chat, be like, hey, play this champion. It's really good right now, but they don't have to play it because I'm not forcing them to play it. If it's their secondary role or fill role, they'll actually usually listen to me. And honestly, it does increase our chances of winning the game. And of course, you always want to first pick the OP champions. And if you are first pick, be a man or a woman and be like, can we get this champion as a first pick? You know, so the enemy doesn't pick it. And yeah, all you gotta do is speak up a little bit in chat. Now, if I don't like the champion select, I'll probably dodge. That means when someone's intentionally trying to troll, or if we have a York on our team, or we have like a Teemo support, that's definitely a red alert for dodging, and you only lose 3 LP. So it's really not that bad. And honestly, would you rather play a 30-minute game just to lose and lose like 25 LP, or would you rather lose 3 LP and wait 5 minutes? Yeah, I think we know what the logical answer is here. But after your first initial dodge of the day, you're gonna lose 10 LP. And I don't know when it resets, to be honest. So be careful of dodging on your second game unless it's like a full troll comp and you actually don't think you're gonna win. It doesn't really matter too much in lower elo, people can play whatever the hell they want and still win. But once you get a little bit higher elo, you know, diamond, some things just don't work. And of course, you know, ban OP champions if you don't want to play them. You probably already do this, but ask people in your champions like if they're going to play a certain champion or not that you have a ban target for. But on purple side, you probably want to ban the champions that are OP because you aren't first pick, right? And yeah, that is how I got the challenger in season 6 without sounding like a douche. You know, OP champs. I would always try and get them on my team. I would dodge if the champion select looked kinda bad, or if we had Yorick. And I would play champions who fit my playstyle, which luckily is a lot of champions. And when I say playstyle, I don't mean like aggressive or passive playstyles, I mean champions that I can actually mechanically pull off. And this is a little off topic, but speaking about passive and aggressive playstyles, each of them are good in certain scenarios. Aggressive playstyle is good when you're not getting camped. Passive playstyle is good when you're getting camped. And so a good player will utilize both playstyles. It's a little bit more in depth than that, but that's a simple version of it. But yeah, when I say playstyle in this video, I'm referring to how well I can mechanically play a champion. So yeah, if you're wondering what the secret to Challenger is, or any elo for that fact, it's play OP champions. And then you gotta abuse them, and then you'll gain ELO. Once you're at an ELO where the players are better than you, that's where you start learning, and that's how I did it. I climbed to Diamond in Season 2, and then I was playing with a bunch of players who were significantly better than me. And then each game I just improved because I would pick up on some of the things they do, and then put it into how I play the game. And yeah, at that point, since I knew all the players around me were better than me, I just wanted to get better so I could play with them. And then yeah, I just strive to improve. But yeah, that is basically the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. In the future, I want to be doing a video on some things I learned this season, and I want to share some of those things with you guys. Well, all those things, but definitely if you want to see that video, make sure to subscribe as it'll be coming out very soon. And if you did like this video, make sure to leave a like. If we can get 2,000 likes on this video, I'll definitely try and get that video out much sooner. In my video called Top 5 Hardest Junglers, I asked you guys a question: what champions do you struggle with the most? And here's some of my favorite comments. For a chance to be featured in a future video, make sure to comment below on what do you think is the best way to get higher elo, or you know, more elo. You've heard my tip, play OP champions, but I want to hear your way of getting higher elo or LP, or let's just say generally ranking up, in the comments below. And yeah, that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I am Panther Dragon, and I'll see you guys next time.